This time on the Rollcast, we take a look at E3, the best moments, and what we thought was missing.
Welcome to the Rollcast Part 2. I'm James, the writer for the site, and I'm here with Joe. Say hi, Joe.
Howdy.
Hey, and we're going to go through basically what we saw at E3, what we liked, what we didn't like, what was missing from E3 especially. I know there's a few games that were a bit salty, weren't actually shown, or I'm definitely...
I was fairly sad.
Bloodborne,
man. No Bloodborne.
Bloodborne 2, where were you, man?
Last of Us 2
Yeah.
as well, but we'll get onto that, right?
Yeah, we'll get to that. So, I was just wanting to ask, anything from the from E3 that you caught your eye in particular?
Days Gone, I'd say. I hadn't been paying that much attention to it, to be perfectly honest, but after seeing the trailer and all the different ways you could approach the situation, Days Gone.
Cool.
My most hype from E3.
Yeah, that's the that's the open world zombie game, isn't it? Where you can basically use zombies as a weapon, and they chase you in like these massive hordes.
Yeah, the open world survival game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basically, zombies, but I think the main enemy is probably going to be the I think they call them marauders. The other humans in the game. So it's not just zombies.
Ah, right, nice. Yeah, because the bit of the trailer that stuck to me the most was the bit where the guy attaches the C4 to the fence, blows the fence up, and then all the zombies come rushing out and attack all the... Is it the marauders?
Yeah, they're called the marauders. Raiders, bad guys, whatever you want to call them.
Those guys, yeah, the baddies.
The bad humans, yes. Generic bad human.
Yeah, they get zombied. No, that was cool. That was definitely cool. For me, I think the biggest highlight, I think, of E3, if I want to get that one out of the way first, if I had to choose the biggest,
The biggest.
Wolfenstein 2, I think.
I've heard that. I've heard that looked very good.
I didn't think it was going to get announced. We talked about it on the previous podcast, and I kind of shot you down. I was like, nah, there's no way they're going to announce Wolfenstein 2.
You thought
BJ
it ended,
Blazkowicz. Yeah, Blazkowicz dies in the first game. Spoilers. There's no way they're going to do a second one. Oh, wait, yes, Wolfenstein 2, he survived. Because of course he did, because he's Blazkowicz, and he can survive anything. So, yeah, I'm excited for that game.
Okay, I've not played the first one.
I'd recommend it. If you're a fan of first-person shooters, it doesn't get much better, honestly. It's very linear, very story-driven, but...
It's all single-player, right?
Oh yeah, all single-player. But it does it fantastically.
That's a good sign for me, all single-player, because there's not many games that focus on that nowadays.
No, it's linear, and it's got like bits where you're in like your like underground base kind of thing, and that they kind of open up and give you like dialogue up, like you can walk around and talk to the characters and stuff. So it is linear with these sections of kind of free play bits.
Yeah.
But honestly, the story and everything. I mean, if you like killing Nazis, it's the game that you need to play, really.
How long was the first one? How long was the first game?
I think it's about it wasn't that bad actually. I think it's about 9 hours, and then it's got DLC as well.
Yeah, that's what always worries me with single player first person shooters. I like a long game. I'm not afraid to say.
Well, it's not the longest game, but it doesn't suffer from it. Like, I think it's perfectly paced, and like I don't know.
If it's
it doesn't
done really well, it makes up for it.
Yeah, definitely. When you come to the end of it, you don't feel ripped off. You got a game there. It's good. I'm hyped for the second one anyway.
Yeah, I've heard it looks really good. Do you know any differences between the first and the second one, or are they relatively the same?
Yes, the setting is kind of different, because in the first game, it's all about you're taking the fight to the Germans. It's kind of in the last stages of the war. You've pretty much lost. Germany's this massive superpower at this point with it's this massive war machine with all this advanced technology. Soldiers in metal armor, things like that, metal dogs, things like that. They've won the war basically, and you're the resistance trying to basically fight from the inside. But in the second one, when I think when Blazkowicz basically wakes up, he finds out that the Nazis have won the war as predicted, and
okay.
I think this game actually takes place in America.
Oh, so it's like if the Nazis had won.
Yeah. It's kind of that. It's like a Nazi America, which it's got the potential to be really cool. Actually, I'm excited for that setting. I mean, it sounds really really cool. Like I did an article and there's a scene in it where it's like it's a street and it's like almost like a carnival.
Yeah.
It looks nice and there's like a hot dog stand and like there's cinema in the background and it looks, oh yeah, it's all nicey, but then you've got the threat of the Nazi and the super, metal hammer in the corner looking over everyone.
It does seem pretty wacky. I've seen the trailer where there was the character chasing around a cartoon character.
Oh yeah, the Nazi that was tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does, and that's why I kind of like it. It's a game in like kind of in a market that's so careful and so cautious about what it pumps out. Wolfenstein seems to be that game where it's like, nah, we're throwing your rule book out the window,
Has fun with itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not scared. It's not scared to show swastikas. It's not scared to, call them Nazi scum, blow their heads off and stuff. It's not PC, but it's not, it's not safe. It doesn't contain itself. It is really good. It's worth playing.
Okay, I might buy the first one. Play that then before the second one comes out. It does sound
the new game is called Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. The first one's called The New Order.
Yeah.
So it's called The New Colossus, and I think it is out in October of this year. So that's quite a.
So I've not got long to play it then. Get the first one. So that's a surprise. Was it only just announced?
Yeah, exactly.
Out later this year.
Yeah, they've managed to keep it a secret. So it's one of those games where it actually hits you as a surprise, and it's coming out soon. So hype for that game.
Yeah, that doesn't happen often.
Oh, no, it doesn't with all the leaks and stuff. But no. That game for me was the highlight, and I mean, it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but if you like FPSs, it's up there. And also, as well, speaking of FPSs, my second favourite announcement is there's a new Metro game coming out. I don't know if you know about Metro, Joe.
Yeah, I've played the first one. Played the other one.
Yeah, Metro. And probably, if I had to pick, Metro is probably the most underrated first-person shooter game ever. Like, not many people seem to have played it. Like, I'm glad that you said that you have, because it's a fantastic game, but...
No, it really is.
It is, and... But it is very, very underrated. Like, people are like, what? Metro? What is that? And it's basically the game's based off of a novel. Post-apocalyptic game. And the thing that it does so well is set the tone. Like, the atmosphere of Metro games is, like, spot on.
Yeah. It's another single-player first-person, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's another story-driven first-person experience. And, I mean, I've played the previous two Metro games, and, I mean... There would, Last Light especially for me was just, it's fantastic. You're this guy, you're this young soldier, Artyom. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He joins the Rangers and is like, right, go explore the Metro, the underground Metro, and it's like every step, you're going through these like old tunnels and things with nothing but like a lighter as light, and you're there looking round. Yeah, and you can hear these mutant animals in the background, and you can't see them. And it builds and builds and builds. It's fantastic. Even the parts of the game that are above ground are done really well. Because I think the above ground sections, there's a lot of apparitions there. So you see what happened before, and it's haunting as well. It's just as atmospheric as it is underground. So, like, people who are worried about this new game, it's called Metro Exodus. People who are worried about this game's going to lose its tone. I don't think that at all. I think because it's going to take place mainly above ground in this one. So, but I think it's still going to have that same.
So, because the last one took place mostly underground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Why are they calling it Metro? Well, not in a metro.
I think you will. I think you will be underground at some point.
Yeah.
But it's just part of the Metro universe, isn't it? So, and I'm surprised that game was come out. That hit me completely by surprise. 'Cause I thought, yeah, there is potential for another game here, but it's quite small, and I genuinely did see Last Light being the last one in the series. But again, I'm thrilled that another one's coming out. And I mean, if you saw the E3 trailer, like, there's no reason not to be hyped. The game looks fantastic. It's atmospheric. It goes above ground. And it gets attacked by a mutant bear, for God's sake, and then he's like running away from it, and it's really good.
I've got some games to catch up on. I think.
Yeah, well, if you like shooters like I do. Yeah. What, 2033? Yeah. Those games are just... I'm really looking forward to them.
It's been a very long time, so I might need to catch up on...
Yeah.
What happened to the others.
Yeah, they're just two surprises for me, really, that are just like diamonds in the rough that came out of nowhere. But yeah, any more that you want to play?
Spider-Man.
Oh,
who doesn't want to play the Spider-Man, man? I mean,
yeah. That was Sony's.
That game looks.
That's Sony's closer, wasn't it? That was the last game they showed.
Yeah, I mean, from watching that gameplay, it looks fun as can be. To be perfectly honest.
I mean, in my opinion, I don't know if like anybody else feels the same way, but the last good Spider-Man game was Spider-Man 2, the movie game on PlayStation 2.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
That was the last good Spider-Man game, yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me, because how can swimming from buildings and flying around corners not be fun? But they managed to ruin it in a couple of the games.
Well, yeah, they did. To be honest, they made it boring.
Well, when they base it off a movie, it normally ends up with problems. So I'm hoping this one doesn't entirely follow a movie storyline, because the gameplay looks fun as fuck.
I think, and this is what I'm hopeful. This is what I'm hopeful for. I think if they go down the Batman Arkham route, it'll be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Have a diverse cast of villains and have
exactly. Yeah. So like your Spider-Man swinging through the city and that, but all of his classic villains are in this game, and there's like side quests and an interesting story and everything. That combined with the awesome gameplay that we saw at E3, where you do feel like Spider-Man. It does look really impressive.
Yeah, and I do want the pizza delivery side quests and the kids with the balloons and having to go and catch the balloons.
Yeah, best mission on Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Hands down, best mission on Spider-Man 2 with the music. Oh man,
I could not do the pizza delivery quests either. I was not good enough for the game.
You mess it up every single time. It never gets delivered in perfect condition.
I hope they add those sorts of fun little side quests as well, though.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I was surprised to learn who was developing it actually, because it's the guys who made Ratchet and Clank.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Insomniac Games. They're making it.
That is promising. Then. That is promising.
Well, it's promising. It's surprising. Like, I wouldn't think Spider-Man and then Insomniac straight away, but
No, but I reckon they can do quite a good job with that.
Yeah. What is promising though, especially with the game, is it's got Marvel's go-ahead.
Oh, okay. So we won't.
So if Marvel have okayed it, then we're gonna see some good villains, aren't we?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope there's a big cast.
Yeah, definitely.
Venom, Carnage.
Yeah, if all those are in, then Spider-Man for me, instant buy.
Yeah. We can only hope. As long as they don't base it off the latest movie that's coming out, it's gonna be good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't. Looking at it though, again, which is another promising point, it doesn't look like it's based off the movie.
No, it doesn't.
At all.
So it's good. Looks good to me.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
I'm excited for that one. God of War.
Yeah.
Are you a God of War fan, James?
I've not played any. Have you?
I have. I've played the old ones.
All of them?
Not all of them, no. I played a couple of them, but the ones I did play, I really enjoyed. I didn't get the time to play the latest one that came out. But I'm really looking forward to this one. Like, this will be a pickup on launch for me, probably. Maybe even.
Oh, really?
No pre-orders. Remember, no pre-orders, but it might be a pickup on launch.
Yeah, I will say that it's the only God of War that's really caught my eye.
I've heard
about
quite a few people say that actually.
Yeah, because I know the others have got like quite a loyal following, but to me, like God of War 1, 2, and 3, it just seemed like this like bro game where it's just like you're this, psycho god guy and you're just killing everything. It's just like a gore fest.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit I do get fairly bored when it comes to a lot of hack and slash games.
I mean,
Devil
like,
May Cry, that's the only one that's managed to keep my attention, really.
Yeah.
But it is looking different.
Well, I think
to the
they're slowing it down a bit, aren't they, in this game?
Maybe, yeah.
It looks like it's slowed down.
Slower. Maybe more tactical decisions as opposed to memorizing combos and things like that. They
might keep in like the mash square to rip somebody's face off mechanic.
Oh, that was half the fun, wasn't it?
Yeah. I must admit, that's the one thing that I think when I think of God of War, I think of like the boss battles where you finish off the boss by like, doing all kinds of destructive things to them,
Endless QTEs, that's
yeah. But I think QTEs have got quite a bad representation in video games, but I think God of War actually does them well.
God of War is one of the only games that does do them well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like... It's not press X to pay your respect, for like from Advanced Warfare back in the day, but it's QTEs that make sense because you feel like, oh, mash it to rip his face, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It does kind of make sense.
Yeah. The good introduction of QTEs enhance the game instead of making it feel cheap.
Yeah.
So. I'm looking forward to that one. And seeing... the only thing that slightly worries me is the kid always seems to be with him in the game.
Right.
And if it ends up being any sort of escort mechanic, I'm going to cry. But what it looks like is he's along for the story. You're going to see the bonding between the two. But when it comes to fights, you're not going to have to protect him.
Right.
It's going to be you on your own. Him in the corner, sometimes popping into...
I do think it's an interesting mechanic from like a story point of view because it gets you more invested. Like, oh, I've got this son that I need to protect.
Exactly.
But from a gameplay point of view, like you say, yeah, it is a concern.
Yeah. From what I've seen so far, he won't be causing a hindrance. It will just be kind of a little story add-on. So we can see some bonding. What
I will say though is, Joe, how long before he dies?
Who's gonna die? Or will it pull a Red Dead and will you die and the son takes your place at some point in the story?
That point in the game is like the only part of Red Dead that I thought this could have been done better. I really did not like playing as his son.
We're gonna be here hours if we start talking about that.
Jack is not cool as John.
I agree. It was a letdown with the ending, but hey, let's not get into that.
There's a new one on the horizon anyway, but yeah, that wasn't at E3. Microsoft, I'm not the biggest Xbox guy, so like, don't kill me, Scott, if I butcher any of this, you're going to have to fill me in later, but from the actual Microsoft conference, the one thing that really caught my eye was a new IP called Anthem.
I did like the look of that. Cross between kind of Destiny and a more explory game. Yeah,
it's like BioWare's attempt at Destiny.
Which, that has my interest.
Could work, yeah. Oh no, definitely. The gameplay that was shown it looked really good actually.
Yeah, I'm paranoid of jumping on hype trains, but it does look does look very good from what I've seen.
Yeah, no, like not to hype it up, but just looking at the trailer from E3, it looked good.
Yeah, and BioWare has not really done me wrong before, so.
Well, to be honest,
but, I'm excited for it. Put it that way.
Yeah, to be honest, I've probably never played a BioWare game ever, so.
So it's going to be an interesting experience for you.
Yeah, I mean, if it's on PlayStation, they only showed it on Xbox One X, but I mean, if it's on PlayStation, then yeah.
I do also have to say, you have to go and play Mass Effect at some point.
I'm
sorry, James.
Do I though?
Yes, you do.
It's one of those games where like you just type it in on like Google or anything, and it's like half of the fan base are just so loyal and like Mass Effect best game ever, and then the other half are like, man, this is trash.
I've never heard anyone call Mass Effect trash. Blasphemy. Are you a blasphemer?
No,
Tell
I
me.
just don't know what side to believe.
Well, the only way to find out is to try it.
Well, I guess, yeah. I guess.
I would suggest it at some point. BioWare is a fairly good developer. They do sometimes make fairly bad decisions when it comes to games. Latest Mass Effect as an example. But...
Oh, wait, I thought Mass Effect was Game of the Year, Joe.
Oh, Andromeda? No.
Is that separate from the other 3 games?
Andromeda. We don't talk about it.
Oh, right, okay. It never happened.
Don't play that one. I'm suggesting you play the first.
Okay. Is your face too tired?
We don't talk about it, okay?
Alright. Okay.
Forbidden topic.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll give it to them. Anthem does look really good. The only thing I didn't like about the trailer was the cheesy paid voice actors they got in. Hate that. Do you not think that this seems to be like the thing nowadays at E3? To me, they first brought it in when they announced The Division.
Yeah, it gave me flashbacks of Destiny as well. They did it in Destiny.
Yeah. It was like, oh yeah, the Ubisoft did this fantastically. They got these paid actors in to make the game look super fun, super serviceable, and it wasn't like that at all.
No. Unless you hire paid voice actors to play with you, which, could be fun to do once or twice.
I mean, if you've got the money, I'd recommend it, yeah. Why not? But no, yeah, it's so cheesy. Like, oh, I'm just going to equip this new gear for this mission. Oh, that looks sick. Yeah, let's go. No, it's like, no. People don't talk like this. People are like, yo, dude, are you back with your drink yet? Come on, man. Come on, I want to go. Come on. People are not like, oh, dude, that gear looks sick.
People don't get as excited. Yeah. It
Yeah,
makes
and they don't.
The game seem better than it is.
People don't talk like they're actually a character in the game.
That's your RPing, some people do.
Well, I mean, yeah, but those paid voice actors, like, who talks like that? Come on.
Paid voice actors? Yeah, who talks like that?
Well, I guess.
Them and only them. But yeah.
Yeah.
It does make me... That's a slight concern about Anthem, I suppose. Is that when you need to use paid voice actors, it concerns me at the moment because of how the latest games that have used paid voice actors have turned out.
Yeah.
So.
It's like a tool to hype up your game, isn't it? So.
Exactly, make it seem better than it is.
Well, we'll see. Sticking with the Xbox theme, Joe, Assassin's Creed Origins, the most boringest title for a game ever. What did you make of Assassin's Creed?
Arkham Origins.
There's an Origin game. There's an Origin title for every game series out there. There's gotta be.
From what I've seen,
it's such an overused name.
It is, but I don't know. From what I've seen, the game is relatively the same as what the other Assassin's Creed have been. They're not changing the formula.
Just in Egypt.
Yeah, in Egypt, blowing apart any kind of history that Egypt has and completely ignoring it.
Ooh.
Ignoring physics, things like that.
It looks nice on Xbox One X.
Yeah.
I mean...
4K,
yeah. Yeah, well, they hammered that point home quite hard. But,
4K?
Yeah.
Did you know that Xbox One X is in 4K?
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was 3K.
It's actually in 4K.
Oh.
At 60 frames per second.
Oh, nice. Nice.
4K.
Yeah, well, it did look quite cool. Yeah. I'll give it. And with it saying that the game's going to be called Origins, that makes me think that this is going to be chronologically the first game in the series.
Well, that would make sense from the name.
Well, yeah, that's what I got from the name.
Yeah, that's probably why.
I was like, this is going to be how it all began.
Which, could be quite interesting. Hopefully they get away from the space aliens.
Yeah. Well, to me, Assassin's Creed, again, it's a game that I've never played because of that. If it was a game that was just like, oh, you're this cool assassin that's in this period of time, that'd be cool. It's the setting. It's like, oh no, the Matrix is over now. You know what I mean?
I hate being pulled out of
That's it, exactly. You are pulled out because, oh no, you were just role-playing as your ancestor. It's like, oh man.
I know, it's really...
Immersion broken.
My most hated thing about it is... Just let me play as Ezio. Let me play as Altair. Like, I don't want to play as the guy in the future. I don't care about the future. I'm playing the game to get away from the future.
I will say though, as a guy who has never played Assassin's Creed, the one that got me the most interested in the series was Black Flag.
Oh, yeah.
Because of boats and pirates.
Pirates, it's my one love.
Exactly.
I missed that in the other games.
Yeah, that inclusion of like the the pirate battles, that almost got me. I will admit, like I thought, oh, they're doing something different here. This looks cool. Yeah, well, there, confirmed.
Have you heard of the new game they're releasing specifically to cater to that, Skull and Bones?
No, is that an Assassin's Creed game?
No, it's not an Assassin's Creed game, but one Ubisoft are making where you're a pirate, basically. It's an open world pirate game. I believe it's called Skull and Bones. Might have to correct me on that, but it's currently in development. They showed that at E3 as well, I believe.
All right. Yeah, there's I don't know if it's a pirate game, but there's another Xbox game called Sea of Thieves. I don't know. That might be one as well. I mean, I've not seen much gameplay, but you know, it's out there.
Yeah, I do need something to scratch that pirate open sea itch that I have. So ever since the first Pirates of the Caribbean game, not movie game, but there was a game called Pirates of the Caribbean that was on PC.
Oh, right.
A really old game.
That's where they got the name from then.
Despite having terrible reviews, and despite being full of bugs, that was one of my favourite childhood games. And ever since then, I've wanted a pirate game to play. I wanted to be a pirate and hire a crew and build a fleet and upgrade my ships and take down.
That'd be so cool, like a multiplayer kind of pirate game. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But one that's actually had a bit of, behind it kind of thing.
A bit of story.
Yeah.
A bit of upgrading. Yeah.
Open
world.
Kind of what I'm thinking of is Black Flag, but online as well.
That would be fun. Yeah, that would be
exactly. Fun. Yeah. I'd get that game.
There are a couple of kind of MMO-ish things that do try and cater to that, but it's never been done particularly well. You need to be able to drop off at ports and things to make it feel more like an open world. It can't just be you dock at a harbour and a menu comes up. You need to be able to jump off a ship, explore an island.
Needs to be done properly.
I think the addition of being able to walk on land makes the sea feel so much better when you're actually on the ship.
Yeah, I agree, because it's the feeling of I'm on land, there's sea over there, I can explore that if I want to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just going to hop on my boat now, see you later.
But on the same kind of viewpoint, if you're at sea and you see land, you want to be able to go and explore that land.
Exactly, yeah.
So, the combination of the two is what a lot of games are missing. But what Black Flag had. It just needed the sea part to be a bit deeper, in my opinion.
Alright, yeah. So, again, I'm not a Nintendo guy, but Nintendo had a big year, I think, this at E3. They announced Super Mario Odyssey. That
does look pretty fucking fun.
It does. Like, I'll give it to Nintendo. They might be a horrible, horrible company in terms of a business perspective, but they know how to make fun games.
Well, the amount of times I've already seen that frog wearing the hat, and it's
you throw your hat on stuff. You are the frog.
You can become like the missiles in the Super Mario. You can throw your hat on those and become these.
Nice. The bullet bills.
Yeah, the bullet. Yeah. That it does look interesting. Put it that way. And things like Super Mario Galaxy do show how fun one of those games can be, and they might have. I didn't really like the recent-ish ones. They're all kind of the same again. But this one, it looks interesting. It looks different.
Yeah. Well, they've actually compared it in terms of how good it's going to be to Mario 64. So, I mean, they're hyping this game up themselves.
Oh, man. The amount of time I've wasted on that game. Yeah. If
well,
it's as good as that, my life.
They're saying that it's as good as that.
it's disappearing. Yeah. We'll see.
The thing that got me though was the dinosaurs. Big T-Rex in there. Mario's on a T-Rex. Get hype.
Yeah. Looks fun. Looks fun.
It does. It does look fun.
Another one from Nintendo, Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, I mean, people got hype about that, didn't they?
Yeah. Did you ever play any of the old Metroids?
No.
One of my favourite older games. The old Metroids. Great platformer. Wasted
It's
many
one of those
hours.
games where I may have played it, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, I wasted much of my younger life on Metroid. I'm very excited for that as well. Please don't do it badly. That's all I have to say for that. I've not seen much gameplay of it or anything, but please don't do it badly. Don't remake Final Fantasy VII badly. Just don't do these remakes badly. Please don't ruin my nostalgia. Don't ruin the IP. Crash Bandicoot, don't ruin it. I was kind of sad we didn't see that as well.
Please don't ruin that game.
Fingers crossed. Toes crossed, eyes crossed.
Yes, everything. Yeah, also to look forward to if you're a Nintendo fan, there's a game called ARMS that's been recently released where you
look forward to that as well.
It looks absolutely ridiculous, but yeah.
It looks great. The only reason I heard about it was because of the character they released that everyone was going crazy about.
What was that?
She had a nice ass. So,
What?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Wow.
Everyone was just calling her thick. And,
wow, Nintendo, you know.
well, they're not.
Censor your game.
It's kind of like...
What, for a cartoon boxing game?
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like Overwatch and Tracer.
Oh, God.
You remember the whole Tracer controversy? Because of one of her poses.
How is putting female characters in video games even a controversy? Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Just come on.
We'll see. I am looking forward to it, so it looks interesting.
Yeah, it does look. It looks fun to play. There's a game called Splatoon 2 as well coming out.
Oh,
sequel to
Splatoon. That was fun. Splatoon was fun.
Yeah, it's basically just a fun, silly shooter, isn't it?
Yeah, I want more of these. Know how to take themselves as a joke, as fun, as opposed to what a lot of games try and be is just total seriousness.
Yeah.
It's a game.
It does. Yeah. It does look fun.
Point games. It does. Doesn't. We'll see how they expand on the old games and what they add to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's been common knowledge that it's coming out for a while now, but it's another one of those games that when it was announced, it took me by surprise because it's like, hey, the Splatoon came out like a year ago. They're moving fast with this. I didn't realize they were turning it into a franchise.
There weren't that many super hype games at the C3. That's what I thought. But I think there's a lot of hidden gems that are going to come along.
Yeah.
I think that's what the
C3 is. Being a Sony pony as I am, there were a lot of
a Sony pony.
There were a lot of E3 games that should have been shown at E3 by Sony that weren't for one reason or another. Exclusive titles.
Death Stranding. Where were you?
Where were you, Death Stranding, man?
Where's my Death Stranding fix?
That was the game that I was most looking forward to seeing as well. Just not there.
Last of Us 2.
Yep, not there.
One of these days. I'm excited to play. It's just come out already, please.
Yeah. The excuse for that though is that they wanted to give Nadine and Chloe their spotlight for the Last of Us Lost Legacy. Oh, not Last of Us, sorry, Uncharted.
Last of Us Lost Legacy.
No, Uncharted Lost Legacy. Sorry.
Did you enjoy the gameplay for that? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the same, is it? Where's Nathan Drake? Yeah, I thought the series was done, man. It was all wrapped up nice and neat with a bow on top, and then now they've blown it open again.
It feels like they're milking it.
It does.
I hope it's a good game. I'm looking forward to seeing if it's a good game, but I do hope that they are. I do think that they are milking it.
Yeah, for me, Last of Us 2 is more a priority than that game.
Why did they not show it? Sat up all night watching that.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm Bloodborne. We said it, but Bloodborne 2, where are you? I need you.
They're working on another game. Just announce it's Blood Bowl 2 already. Come on, From what you're doing.
Let us know.
Just tell us. Just confirm it.
Or a new IP. I don't mind. As long as you release another game from software. Just release one.
Yeah, just
give me
scratch the itch.
Give me the hype. I need the hype to survive.
Yeah.
Another one, Shadow of the Colossus remake. Did you ever play the first one?
No, but it's one of those games I'm kicking myself because it's like The Last Guardian, and it's made by the same guys, isn't it?
Yeah, and I did love
like,
The Last Guardian.
Yeah, it's one of those games where it's like, I want to play it, but I never did.
Well, remake, they're completely redoing it. It's not just upscaling the graphics to 4K, they're remaking it properly. So hopefully...
like the Crash Bandicoot one?
I think so. So hopefully we get justice done to what that game, how good that game is, it deserves.
Yeah. Wasn't that game, critically acclaimed, 10 out of 10?
Yeah. One of the best games of all time. Definitely one of the best games on PlayStation.
Might have to play it then.
Maybe wait until the remake. So you can experience it fully then.
Yeah. I mean, it's a game that I've never played, but I've seen quite a lot of it, so I know that you go around on, you're going around on your horse hunting down these, mystic giant kind of creatures, and it's like these epic battles where you take down the giant, and at the end you feel horrible because they weren't actually trying to kill you.
It is one of those that makes you look back and go, oh, what have I done? What have I become? Yeah.
Just like, here's a giant, he must be evil, surely. He must want to die.
I do feel sad every time I took one of those down. I did. Felt like it, because there's not going to be more of them. They're going to be extinct if you take them all down. They're the last of their kind, and you're murdering them.
Oh man, what a scumbag.
What a scumbag. Anything else? Do you remember?
Well, I think, again, Scott's going to strangle me for not including more Xbox stuff, but, I mean, Crackdown 3, that was finally shown, finally announced, and given a release date.
What's Crackdown 3 about? Give me the rundown.
Honestly, all I paid attention to was Terry Crews. Terry Crews was in there doing his thing, doing a lot of shouting and shooting, but, other than that, Scott's going to have to tell me what Crackdown's all about, because, I mean, I've got no clue.
No, I'm sure Scott will cover that on the website soon.
I hope so. I hope he fills me in, on what Xbox games, to get hype about, but, again, this disclaimer, Sony Pony. That's all there is to say there.
Pony. I'm changing your bio to Sony Pony on the website.
Yeah, it'd be accurate. I just wanted to include it. It's been announced, but I'm not going to say that I'm a Crackdown expert because I've never played the games. Obviously, owning an Xbox, so
kind of hard, isn't it?
It is hard, unless I bought Crackdown 3 and tried to jam it into my PS4. But I don't think it'd work.
Or you can get an emulator somewhere. Oh wait, you don't have a PC. Oh no, not a PC that could run it.
No.
Okay. Anything else from Sony then?
Oh, some from Sony.
Yeah. Special.
There's reel them off. This is the game that you're instantly going to switch off when I mention.
Oh no.
But
okay,
Call of Duty World War 2 was shown, multiplayer gameplay. It does look good. Don't give it a watch, because if you think that this is just another Call of Duty game, just give it a watch. That's all I'm asking.
Okay. What makes it good? Why should I watch it? Tell me.
It's man. They've gone back. Obviously, they've gone back to the classic World War II setting. The gameplay, the multiplayer gameplay that they showed, it looks like it's taken straight out of single player. It looks cinematic and fun, and since then they've shown more detail. So, for instance, Creator Class, they've tweaked Creator Class now, so it's like division. It's called divisions. So you specialize in one division. So There's one. I think there's one division called Airborne, and what their specialty is, they're like the ninja class. So they're equipped with suppressors. They're light on their feet. Things like that. And then there's like the more tanky classes who like use like incendiary rounds, things like that.
Yeah.
It does look really cool the way they specialize in it in different ways. But as well, yeah, we'll see. They've added in a new mode as well called War, and this is something that you probably like, because if you just think, oh, it's Call of Duty, team deathmatch, just a bunch of guys worrying about their KD. This new mode, War, what they showed off is like, it's like a mission from single player basically, but you play it online. So in War, what you have to do is specific, map specific objectives.
Yeah, so like Battlefield.
So, well, you tell me. So like, what they showed off on in this War game mode is you basically you reach a point in the map where you have to build a bridge, and like you build the bridge to get across. The Axis or whatever, they're on like machine guns trying to gun you down as you try and breach their stronghold kind of thing, and then you have to blow up their armory and stuff like that. It looks really interesting. So I would definitely give the multiplayer trailer a watch just before you decide that it's just another.
It's called. I'm not.
Just another COD. I'd give it a watch.
Okay.
It looks fun. It looks fun. It looks classic, and just it looks good.
Okay.
It looks good. Give it a watch.
I will do, mate. I'll give it a watch just for you.
Cheers.
Okay. Anything else from that I would be more interested in?
Sony announced. Well, I don't know how much you like David Cage, but they showed Detroit Become Human.
Oh, okay. So what's that about?
Well, the premise of the game is that you're an android detective who's trying to free other androids.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah.
That did look very interesting.
Does look interesting, but it's a David Cage game.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Has that got you a bit skeptical?
A little bit. I mean, because, I don't know, some people think that he's like a genius with like Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls.
Please tell me you liked Heavy Rain.
They just come across as like too... I don't know, there's something about the games where it's like... Well, obviously they're very quick time heavy, but they come across as like trying to convey this really deep message, and it's not there.
Heavy Rain definitely had deep messages and some pretty intense plot twists.
Yeah.
And the main thing about it was you could affect the outcome. In most games like that, you can't affect the outcome.
Yeah.
Like Telltale games, they almost always end up exactly the same, no matter what your decisions are. Whereas in his games, though it is mostly the same, it's up to you to kind of save the kid in Heavy Rain. It's up to you to save the kid, who dies, who lives, whether you find out the true killer, whether you don't. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Detroit Become Human.
The Butler did it.
The Butler did it. These games are always too short for me, as well, though.
Right.
They are very intense story-wise.
I will say, though, that Heavy Rain for me was a lot better than Beyond Two Souls.
I would agree with that. I did really enjoy Beyond Two Souls as well, but Heavy Rain was on a different level. It was the first type of game like that, though. Just one of the reasons.
They're just not my kind of games, like...
Yeah. Which is
especially Beyond Two Souls. It's like... It's a bit gimmicky, and then it gets really far-fetched, and then it tries to be deep, and it's not deep. It's like, okay.
It is. It's just not your type of game.
Well, yeah.
Not the type of thing you enjoy, which is completely understandable.
Yeah. I think it is. They are like Marmite games.
Yeah.
What I will say, though, about Detroit Become Human, the story that they're trying to convey, it did get me interested in it.
Yeah, it's more out there than the types of stories. I mean, Beyond Two Souls is completely out there. But
Yeah. But from a story perspective, this, Detroit, it's got my interest.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I do like the look of the kind of emotions that they're trying to convey, and the first trailer 4 as well. When you're trying to save that android, kind of, its voices look really deep. Put it that way. So it's different ways to. If there's a lot of different ways to approach each situation, it's going to be a really interesting game to play.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. Horizon Zero Dawn is also getting some DLC. Don't know if you have played that game or have seen that game.
I haven't yet, but I want to pick it up. Definitely want to.
It's a game that I want to pick up too.
We're gonna have to play that one soon.
It's got DLC coming out called The Frozen Wilds, so it's gonna be snowy.
Okay. Was there not snow in the main game? Do you know?
Not that I could see from from what I've seen of the game.
Okay, so it's kind of expanding to a new environment.
Yeah,
you get some new creatures, everything like that.
Yeah. From what I've seen, it's like it's a true expansion.
Okay.
So
we'll see if it's a Witcher style expansion or not.
Oh.
Maybe not quite on the level of Witcher. I wouldn't expect that.
Even though those expansions were expansions, it still wasn't enough, Joe.
You still want more Witcher?
Please, if CD are watching this, I doubt it, but if if one of the guys at CD Projekt Red is watching the podcast, please bring out a third expansion for that game.
Write them a sternly worded letter. That's what you should do.
Yes, I will. Yeah. Final game for me though from Sony is a VR game actually.
Oh, okay.
They busted out the VR and it's a game called The Inpatient.
I've not seen that. What's that about? The Inpatient?
It's a spooky horror game.
Oh, on VR. That's
set in set in an insane asylum. So yeah.
Oh no.
In VR, that's going to be terrifying. I don't know. I don't know
what is going to make.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm one of those guys where if something's right in my face and it jumps out, I'm done. I've got spooks. So
I'm scared I'm going to tear that headset out the wall and break it.
Yeah. Games like Five Nights at Freddy's, I could not play that game. So if I'm playing this game on VR and things are jumping out at me, I'm gone.
If you can't play it not on VR, playing it on VR is going to be a bit difficult.
Yeah, well, basically what The Inpatient is it's a prequel to a game called Until Dawn. I don't know if you've heard about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the teenagers go to the spooky cabin in the woods.
I've been through Until Dawn. That was a good game.
That's
going to be good.
Yeah, but it's a prequel to that game, so I mean, if you own VR, if you're interested in spooky games, it might be the game for you.
That does look good. Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm glad they're going with that. They're pushing VR quite a lot, Sony.
Yeah. Well, they've invested a lot of money in it.
Yeah. I think it's promising. If they can sort out the issues with motion sickness.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Star Trek VR game?
No. Does that look good?
It is good. It is good indeed. It might still be early access. I think it's only on PC, but
right.
It is really fun. It's that
cool
VR game. It's really enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think VR. The trick is to narrow down the niche. So, like the kind of the collection of games that would suit the way that VR plays. So, like this game, Impatient. It's set in an insane asylum. You're walking through it slowly. It's atmospheric. It's creepy. That works in VR. What might not work in VR is like Call of Duty, for instance.
No, you get ill flicking your head around so much.
Exactly. So like, if they manage to nail it down, I think it's going to be good.
Yeah. Hopefully, eventually they do manage to fix the motion sickness issue. But I think until then, you're not going to get the games where you're flicking your head around constantly because you're just going to get ill. Well,
I'd say if you do suffer from motion sickness, then just don't bother with VR.
Not yet.
No.
There are a couple of ways that they might be able to sort it out, but not currently. There are a couple that track things like your eye movement and your head movement, and you can control it with your eyes instead of using hand controllers. Because the reason people get motion sick is because you're using a hand controller and your vision doesn't expect you to move.
Yeah.
But if they manage to track it somehow to the eyes, it would be much better, and you'd probably not get as motion sick.
All right.
Hopefully in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's my E3 list wrapped up. Is that you done?
That's me done as well. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
There are
just
probably a few hidden gems, that said, that we haven't known.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, Wolfenstein 2 and Metro, they have been hidden gems, but I mean, those games for me gonna be ones to definitely pick up.
Yeah, I didn't get to see all of E3. I'll have to watch it all through later, but there are probably a couple of games.
I mean, like, yeah, I missed quite a big chunk out of like E3, Bethesda, Ubisoft conferences too. So
to be fair, Bethesda didn't release much. They released paid mods, which is wonderful.
Yay!
When will they learn?
Did they release Skyrim for the 5th time?
Yeah, they're bringing it to Xbox One X, I believe, for some reason.
Woohoo!
Make a new Elder Scrolls. Make a new Fallout
game.
No,
Joe. This is it. This is the Bethesda game, right? Fallout New Vegas 2. That's the game they need to bring out.
That would be better. That would be way better than Skyrim paid mods. Put it that way.
Yes, it would.
Paid mod for Skyrim. Don't worry. You can now buy crab armor for mud crabs. £25.
Yeah. And all I really saw from EA's press conference was how much of a train wreck it was.
Yeah.
Like,
and
EA,
Battlefront 2,
it was so awkward.
It looks good.
Yeah, Battlefront 2, yeah, but I mean, the press conference as a whole, it was so awkward. They had a YouTuber, I don't know what his name is, but they had a YouTuber in, and he's like missing all of his lines, missing all the cues. I don't know if he had like, you know, if there was like interference with like his earpiece or something, but I mean, oh man, it was a train wreck. And then when they got those FIFA guys on stage, and then they missed the high five.
Oh god.
Oh man.
That was fun to watch. I enjoyed it.
It's just a train wreck.
I enjoyed it. It was.
Yeah, it's an enjoyable watch. You know, I mean, it's a cringe fest always, but you know.
It wasn't that good for them, but it was enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, and then you had a Devolver Digital's conference.
Oh god.
How did they get away with that? What? Like, oh man. I know what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna go to E3 this year. We're not gonna announce any games or anything. We're just gonna book a slot just to bash E3.
So for those that don't know what actually happened, what did they do while they were there?
Oh, it was ridiculous. There's apparently like through E3, there's been a bit of controversy with Devolver saying that they've lost money on their actual car park. They had like in the parking lot they had like a booth there, and apparently they'd lost money and stuff. But in the actual conference itself, oh man, it was ridiculous.
Okay, so people are gonna have to YouTube this to find out how.
Yeah. It gets weird. It gets weird. Basically, they call out E3 as this like machine-made like hype generator.
Yeah, I probably agree with that, to be honest.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of the point in E3. It's like, hey, look at these cool new games coming out.
Yeah, it's to update people on all of the
games. But yeah, you can kind of defend them on some points, but like they go completely off the rails. This is yeah, you're gonna have to watch it. It's
you have
it's
to watch
pretty,
it to experience how much they tear into it. Okay. They
do tear into it. It's like they say like tomorrow's improper business models today.
Nice.
And then the whole thing begins to break down, and like people start bleeding from their eyes. It's great.
What? Bleeding from what?
Yeah. Joe, if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. It's pretty bad. It gets pretty bad.
Okay. Do we have anything else from E3, James?
That's me.
That's you done. That's me done as well.
Oh well, there you go. See you in part 3.
Yeah, thank you for watching our second episode. You can find more of what we talk about on TryRolling.com.
Yes, you can. We're on YouTube as well.
Yeah,
Go find
we're
us there.
putting all our podcasts on the YouTube, so you'll be able to find us there as well. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed.
We'll see you later.